You can be great at scheduling, tracking KPIs, and writing flawless project plans. But the moment you're expected to lead people, everything changes. Welcome to the Project Management Masterclass, the show where project leaders are made. This platform exists for one reason. Tools don't deliver projects, people do. That's why the Power Skills Academy was created, to help project professionals master the skills that actually move the needle. Emotional intelligence, communication, collaborative leadership, and strategic thinking. The skills that elevate your influence and make people want to follow your lead. If you ever thought, what am I missing? This is your answer. Visit www.developpowerskills.com. The link is in the description. Now, here's your host, Brittany Wilkins.
Here's a thought for International Project Management Day. Innovation is not conformity. If all we do is repeat yesterday's processes, can we truly claim to be shaping tomorrow? Here's the truth. Conformity preserves what is. Innovation creates what could be. And the only way to move from conformity to innovation is through project leadership and agility. Welcome to this special International Project Management Day edition of your favorite podcast, Project Management Masterclass. Today, we celebrate the professionals driving progress across industries. So, wherever you are at today, give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back because it takes great determination, resilience, influence, vision, and excellence to lead teams to project success that drive market innovation. And today is a reminder that your role as a project leader is not a thankless job. This year's theme for International Project Management Day, the power of the trio, project, leadership, and agility, Agile. But for us, it has to be more than a theme and more than a slogan. It has to be the roadmap for the future of our profession. As we all know it, the world is constantly evolving, and we can't continue to play it safe. Innovation doesn't come from playing it safe. We all know this. We see examples of it, but some of us choose to remain where it's comfortable. It will come from us being bold, those who lead projects with vision, who adapt with agility, and who refuse to conform to the old without pushing the boundaries of innovation and stretching one to new possibilities. You may say, why this topic today on International Project Management Day? Well, do you ever get ideas in the most random places? I was standing at the microwave and I was waiting for that 1 minute and 30 seconds to pass. And the thought, innovation is not conformity, it just came out of nowhere and it just really hit me. And as I walked back to my desk, I'm like, out of all things to think about, why innovation? Why conformity? Why did it come to mind? Why isn't innovation conformity? What makes them so opposite? So I kind of pondered on this a bit. I thought on it, and 3 clear reasons came to mind. So I'm going to walk through and share these three reasons why innovation is not conformity. Reason number 1, conformity preserves, innovation disrupts. Every project begins with one goal. That goal is to bring about a change. And oftentimes we get resistance, but that is conformity that is resistant to that change. And it keeps things predictable, safe, and familiar. But innovation requires disruption. It challenges old processes and replaces them with better ones. The best project managers don't just manage timelines. You'll hear me say that on many podcasts. I've said that on past podcasts. It's bigger than the timeline. The best project managers, we, being the best project managers, we manage the transformation. We are the disruptors. Dare to disrupt for the sake of progress, to move forward. So here's a call to action for you as you think about this. Conformity preserves, innovation disrupts. Here's a challenge. Take a look at one process, one report, or one meeting in your current project that feels routine. Routine isn't bad because it's about establishing good habits. But ask yourself, is it adding value or just maintaining comfort? Has it gotten stale, dull? Does it need a little bit of a shakeup? If it's the latter, maybe it's time to innovate. Not trying to create more work for you, but again, it's just how do we stay adapting our mindset, adapting in new ways of working and finding new ways to drive project success forward. The second reason why innovation is not conformity. Conformity follows. Innovation leads. Conformity waits for permission. Leadership acts with conviction. I always just go and do it and ask for forgiveness later. You see, innovation is fueled by leaders who see what others don't and move teams toward what others think can't be done. A true project leader doesn't just deliver tasks. Again, it's bigger than the timeline. It's bigger than the task. It's about delivering possibilities. We have to be the ones to set the tone, spark that creativity, and inspire courage in others to really think differently. And no, it's not always easy. It does require some repetition. It does require kind of pulling everybody and everyone in the same direction when you have that resistance. But think about it in your next team meeting. How can you lead with innovation instead of instruction? How can you lead and ask better questions? Maybe consider, is it time to invite some new voices to the table? Not to necessarily disrupt or change the scope or change the direction, but again, some fresh thoughts, some ideas maybe. Get an outside-in perspective. And I know sometimes when we think about leading and we think about the tasks we have to lead and the people we have to influence, sometimes we often say to ourselves, well, I'm just the project manager. I don't have the title to lead. But you don't need a title to lead. We need to learn and continue to learn to influence. But more importantly, we need the courage to go first. Reason number 3, why innovation is not conformity. Conformity limits, innovation expands. Conformity thrives in being rigid, but agility, agile, it thrives in evolution. Conformity will say, stay in your lane. But Agile asks, what if we build a new road? Agile thinking gives teams permission to adapt, experiment, and grow, turning failure into feedback and getting that clarity where within the complexity, where there is complexity, and turning that complexity into clarity. That's what innovation demands. It demands continuous learning, not rigid perfection. So again, another call to action. Take one project this quarter as you wrap up, or maybe next quarter, and run a small experiment different from how you've run previous projects. Maybe shorten a sprint, try a new tool, maybe reframe the problem from your user's point of view, customer centricity, focus more on customer centricity. And again, here, the goal isn't perfection. It's progress through adaptation. Again, as we started off talking about earlier, lots of things evolving in the world. Industries are changing, new trends emerging. It's about adapting. So on this International Project Management Day, remember, innovation is not conformity. It's the balance of structure and courage, the heartbeat of project leadership and agility. The future belongs to the innovators who disrupt, who lead, and who adapt. Be that leader. Be that voice. Be that catalyst who shows the world that project management isn't just about managing tasks. It's about shaping transformation beyond the timelines, beyond the scope, beyond the budget. Because when you lead with vision, agility, and courage, you just don't manage projects. You are actually moving the world forward in your corner of the world.
Thanks for listening to the Project Management Masterclass. If you're ready to lead at a higher level, explore the Power Skills Academy and start mastering the skills that drive real project success. Visit www.developpowerskills.com. The link is in the description. See you in the next episode.